All right, let's dive in. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on something we all use every single second, but probably never think about. It's the invisible magic that keeps our digital world running. And yeah, it's all about AI. So what is really going on behind the screen?
You know that feeling, right? You're watching something, and then the spinning wheel of doom. But have you even flipped that question around and asked why it doesn't happen more often? I mean, with everything we're doing online, it feels like our connections should just be constantly breaking. Well, the reason they aren't is the hero of our story today: artificial intelligence.
You know, the scale of what's happening behind the scenes it's just staggering. Every single second, our telecommunications networks are juggling a mind-boggling amount of information. We're talking millions of video streams, voice calls, messages, you name it, all happening at the same time. It's basically one giant, unprecedented data traffic jam.
And that brings us to the core issue here: the network overload problem. Our demand for constant, lightning-fast connection is growing so fast that the old ways of managing these digital highways, well, they're starting to crack under the pressure.
See, in the past, managing a network was a much more hands-on, reactive job. You'd have engineers watching monitors, and they'd basically wait for something to break before they jumped in to fix it. But in today's world, that's kind of like trying to direct global rush hour traffic by just waiting to hear about a car crash. It just doesn't work anymore.
So, to solve this, the entire industry needed a completely new game plan. Instead of just fixing problems after they happen, the goal became predicting and preventing them in the first place. It's this huge shift from being reactive to being proactive, and AI is what makes it all possible.
And this new strategy has a name: AI-powered network optimization. The whole idea is to use these super smart, automated systems that are constantly looking at the network, predicting where trouble might pop up, and fixing it on the fly, a lot of times before a human even knows there was a problem to begin with.
So what we're really talking about is moving away from that old, slow process of just waiting for things to fail. The new AI way is all about predictive intelligence and automating the fixes. Think of it like this. It's the difference between a doctor who only treats you when you're already sick versus one who gives you a plan to keep you from ever getting sick at all.
So the big question is, how does AI actually pull this off? Well, it really comes down to a few core abilities that are totally transforming our connections. You could almost think of them as AI's network superpowers.
Okay, superpower number one is intelligent traffic management. And honestly, the best way to picture this is to think of a super smart GPS, but for your data. Instead of just sending your information down the most obvious path, the AI is constantly scanning the entire network for digital traffic jams and slowdowns.
And in practice, it's actually a pretty straightforward process. First, the AI is analyzing all that data flowing through the network in real time. Second, it uses what it's learned to predict where a traffic jam is about to happen. And then third, it dynamically reroutes your data onto a faster, clearer path, avoiding that jam before it even really forms. Pretty cool, right?
AI's next superpower is what we call predictive bandwidth planning. It used to be that figuring out how much network capacity you needed was based on, past data and a whole lot of educated guesswork. But AI completely changes the game by forecasting what we'll need in the future with incredible precision.
And it does this by looking at a huge range of factors you probably wouldn't even think of. It's not just looking at how much data we used last Tuesday. It's analyzing current trends, seasonal patterns like holidays, big local events like a concert or a championship game, and it can even factor in things like the weather, which might keep more people inside and online.
The third superpower is proactive disruption prevention. This is where the AI really acts like a guardian for the whole network. It's constantly scanning thousands of tiny signals all at once, looking for the earliest possible warning signs of a problem.
And we're not just talking about rerouting data here. This means the AI can actually identify a physical piece of hardware that's showing signs of wear and tear, and it can flag it for a replacement before it fails and causes a massive outage. This is predictive maintenance on a scale we've never seen before.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the technology, but what does all of this actually mean for you, for us? Let's take a look at how this invisible AI is shaping your day-to-day online life. At the end of the day, the AI advantage translates directly into a better experience for all of us. It means fewer dropped calls on your phone. It means faster download and upload speeds. It means that video you're streaming is buttery smooth. For gamers out there, it means way less frustrating lag. And for businesses, it means communications that are just reliable.
The AI also plays the role of a traffic cop, managing something called quality of service. So what this means is, when the network gets really busy, the AI can intelligently prioritize the most important data. This makes sure that, say, a critical video conference for your job or an emergency call gets the bandwidth it needs, while less urgent stuff might just have to wait a few milliseconds.
Now, this tech is already a huge deal, but its role is only going to get bigger and more important. So let's look ahead for a minute, because the future is definitely calling.
Think about it. As we roll out 5G and start connecting billions of new devices through the Internet of Things, everything from smart cars to smart homes, the complexity of our networks is just going to explode. Managing this future is literally impossible without AI. It's the technology that enables things like self-driving cars and augmented reality, which all need these ultra-reliable, super low-latency connections to work.
And the AI itself just keeps getting smarter. We're seeing amazing techniques like network slicing, which can create a dedicated, super-fast virtual lane on the network just for something like a fleet of autonomous cars. And then there's reinforcement learning, where the AI literally teaches itself how to be better, improving how it manages the network every single day based on what works and what doesn't.
Ultimately, this isn't just about a technical upgrade. It's really about building the foundation for the kind of connected future that our modern world absolutely demands.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. For a century, we've been building networks to connect people and machines. Now we're teaching those networks how to think. As our world gets more and more connected, and this invisible intelligence managing it all gets smarter, what new possibilities is that going to unlock? Thanks for tuning in.